Woof! Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Tuesday night live hall pass here at Two Dogs Digs. Yay! Two Dogs Digs. It's me, Bad Dog. No, that one. This one. The one that looks like the dog looks like me. My head. That's me. And down in the basement, hiding away, with his hair growing longer every day, it's Mr. Mr. Rick. Hey, good dog. Hello. It's almost a ponytail now.
No, it's not going to be a ponytail.
It's almost
I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to go get it cut. But I'm liking these tendrils.
Oh, shut up. Just because I can't grow them. Thanks to everybody for joining us here on our Tuesday night. Today we're talking, as I mentioned, with our Thrift It or Throw It show, one of our popular shows. We try to do it every 4 to 6 weeks or so. And this is all, for those of you who may be joining us new, this is all about us going out, mostly me, going out, that's all me, going out, taking a look at thrift stores and deciding whether I should buy something or shouldn't buy something. And this is where we talk to you and ask you what you would have done. Now, in some of the cases, we do stuff and we pick it up by gut. Some of the cases, we Google things or Carl something. So we take a look at what it is. Sometimes we try and look them up on eBay sold. We look them up on Worthpoint. All sorts of different ways we can consider doing stuff. Some of it, again, is just like, oh, I'm going to grab that. Sometimes we're right. Sometimes we're wrong. And it's interesting always because sometimes we end up seeing that everybody here in the chat, and thanks to all of you for joining us in the chat, have different ideas necessarily than other people would. And that's the great thing about being a random reseller and a thrifter is that's why there's so much stuff out there for everybody to sell, because everybody could find something to sell. We'll just explain to you, if we didn't buy it, why we didn't buy it. That doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad buy. It might be something perfect for you and what you sell, but it's just something that didn't fit into our thrifting bucket, I guess you could call it that.
Milieu. Our milieu.
Our milieu.
Yeah.
A big hello to everybody who's joined us here, especially those of you who have the little icons beside you. You are members of our Kennel Club. Thank you so much for supporting us here for $2.99, I think it is. Less than a latte. Now it seems less than almost anything.
Less than the price of a single donut.
Less than the price of a single donut. You can actually support us in trying to help you find ways for you to make a little bit extra money on your reselling journey. So a big thanks to all of you who have that beside
Hi,
me.
Bob.
so thanks to Lisa, Janet, Michael, and Michael found my listing on Whatnot. I typed something wrong. I spelt the name of what we were selling wrong. Thank you, Michael. Diana, Mr. Carl. Happy birthday to Carl's wife, I think. Elisa, Kathy. Who else we got in here? Brian and Charmaine. Hello. Let's see. Donna's here. Who else have we got? And then we got Holly as well, and Miss Lisa Boland as well. We got Linda, the Lighthouse Booth. Kendra Allison, who's Kendra and Allison, but is now Kendra. So I don't know what to call her. Kendra Allison. Jennifer, how are you doing? Mr. Greg, who is watching from his computer as opposed to at home. Sherry, Rick is a little chatty. Hey, Susie. Oh, you're not really that late. We're still in the setup of everything. So again, thanks to everybody popping in here to join us for our show. Rick is going to star comments that he thinks I might need to look at if
I noticed them.
Or he'll just start talking over me like usual. So before we get into our Thrift or Throw It, just wanted to do a little update. Last week, for those of you who watched us, a lot of you do, obviously, and some of you who are watching us after the fact, thank you again to all of a few hundred people who watch us after the fact in the week. Thanks for taking your time out of your day to take a look at us. We talked last week about why are you not on Whatnot? Well, we did Whatnot this past weekend. We actually had 3 shows last week, I think, in total. One on, I think it was Wednesday, one on Thursday, and then one on Sunday. We were part of Whatnot Con, which was this big event where they were having basically a virtual convention. And
I'm glad you clarified it was a convention and not a con.
We actually we still have shows coming up this coming week. from Whatnot Con. It was really an interesting weekend. So they focused on a lot of different things, and we were just, it was nice enough to be asked to be part of it. The nice thing about being asked to be part of it was they actually gave us like a credit to use for giveaways. So we could use like $50 to give away stuff. We had a credit so that we could boost our show. And it was all like given to us to be part and parcel of this. So it was nice to do that. We have 3 more shows coming up. We're doing them on a regular basis. And again, the reason I always want to tell you is why you want to look at these things is consider it as an alternative for you is because of something like this. This is our analytics from the last 2 weeks. And there is our sales from the last 2 weeks. Nearly $3,000 US in gross sales in the last 2 weeks. In fact, our Sunday sale was $1,335. We broke $1,000 for the first time in one of our Whatnot shows. We broke $1,000 in one show in 3 hours. It was focused on vintage dolls, but it just goes to show you that it takes a little practice, and some people will come. And we actually had a whole bunch of brand new buyers that we never had before. One guy, he spent almost $500 with us, which was amazing. And he's got some great stuff going to him, including some gifts that we got down for him. We had a number of repeat buyers as well. So we just like to say thanks to those buyers if they happen to be tuning in to watch us, because we do tell them to take a look at us. Yeah, and that's just it. It's like more than our 2-month total, I think. Well, maybe a month and a half.
No, it's not that bad.
It's not that high. No, because actually this week we had $1,000 payout on eBay. So, but still, it's amazing. Thank you, Sherry. It's fun. Sherry's on there. She's doing her jewelry shows. Heather is still trying to learn. She and Bob are trying to learn. So,
hi, Heather.
It's really interesting. Again, take a look at us. There's links in our profiles here. Take a look at that show. And ask us anything you need to actually end up doing, and we will try and see if we can help you in how you do this. I'm not sure if he's here because I think he's sick. So I know he's sick, but I also wanted to say a big, in case he comes late, happy birthday to Adrian. It's Adrian's birthday today, and unfortunately he got a cold, so he's got like a spring flu. So I don't see him here, but if I'll keep this up just in case he does come back again. This was going to lead me into something that just said, you know how he bought that stuff at Max Sold? Well, I did my own little buy this weekend at Max Sold. I picked up this. I looked at this. It was a big auction of lots and lots of different toys. With all the different toys were there, I actually ended up saying, okay, I wanted this. So I wanted this Chatty Cathy doll because it said it talks when you pull the cord. And I did end up picking this up. She talks. Well, she kind of talks bad. Running underneath her. I don't know what the hell she's saying, but yeah. So she talks, but you can't hear her. And happy birthday to Adrian Carl, who's been a member for 32 months. Oh my God. Carl's going to be joining us again, maybe next week if I can convince him, but at least he'll be in for the April What Sold. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know what it is. You can hear a little bit of it. But the thing was, there was this other freaky doll. I was like, who the heck is this? I didn't even buy it for that. Well, this is who this is. I've never seen her before. This is also known as Creepy Posy. Oh my goodness. Look at the blue eyes on this thing. She doesn't do anything. There's nothing inside her. She doesn't do anything. She's just like kind of creepy redhead with like ginger bright blue eyes. Well, take a look at this. This is what she's worth on Worthpoint. $99. One of them sold for it. Now she's missing a decal, I think, that was on the front of this. You can see that's the difference between this outfit that she's got on here and the outfit that is in here. But hey, for $99, I paid $29 Canadian for both of them. There's been one of her who sold for $60 or something like that. So I'm going to make my money back on them, and that's all I really care about. The Chatty Cathy, she's wearing Kathy outfit, so I'll probably end up easily making double what I paid for. No, it's no $1,000 thing like Adrian ended up doing, but hey, you gotta start somewhere. I did bid in a lot of things, but I didn't get any of the other stuff that's in there. So let's see. What am I seeing over here? Have you started something? Rick started. Dawn is actually here. Oh my God. Yeah, actually, Dawn, we haven't seen you in a while. Hello, Susan. There we go. And Donna's got her eye on a couple of things on Max Sold. Tina had that doll as a child. Which, the redhead one or the Chatty Cathy? That's Janet liked the Chatty Cathy. She said, I'll eat your soul. You know a thrifter who looks just like that doll. Is her jumper inside out? No. But that's a good thing to think. I didn't even think about that. No. It's the right way around, but strangely enough, it doesn't look like it had anything on it either, but the picture has a different picture. Maybe it's
could it have been a different outfit?
Maybe it's a slightly an exclusive.
Machine Craig, you could make her a new outfit.
I have a student who looks like her. Dawn. Chatty Cathy, that's what you had. Yeah, that other doll, I've never seen that before. So it's interesting. As a collector and somebody who's dealt in dolls and 60s and 70s toys for so long, I'm always coming across things I never see or never heard of before. So you can always learn about stuff. We're going to talk to you next week about reseller tips and tricks. So I'm just going to give you a little, this is our show next week is going to be all about reselling tips and tricks. And one of the things we're going to talk about next week is how we're using Worthpoint for this. And we're going to show you some really interesting extra things that you can do in Worthpoint you probably hadn't thought of before. But that's just it. This doll did not show up on my eBay sold, so I had to go into Worthpoint to actually find her. So it was an interesting thing to do. But today, it's all about thrift it or throw it. So Rick doesn't know half the stuff that we're going to show here. So he doesn't know whether I bought it or not, because it's like he knows some of it because he's got some of the things I bought downstairs so he can show you. But otherwise, it's kind of like when you go to the store and you buy a new pair of shoes and you don't want your spouse to know about the new pair of shoes. So that's kind of what happens with some of the stuff I thrift. It comes in a bag, and the bag sort of hides its way either
hides it in the hoard.
Hides in the hoard under the dining room table. It's like just over to the side, or a couple of things that pile on top of it. So he actually has no idea half the time what it is that we're actually ending up picking up. Lisa bought a huge auction lot. Oh, she picked up yesterday. Spent $17, 9 or 10 boxes, and she does really good with royalty. Royalty being like the queen, like the UK royal family, decor and cruise magazine. 9 tote bags full for $17. You know what? I would have been on something like that too, probably. And Rick would have looked at me and said, "What the hell are you doing?" So, and then I'd go, "I'm just shopping." So let's start out with the first thing, which is we have to sometimes, when you are thrifting, you need an eagle eye. I'm gonna get an eagle. Eagle. There's an eagle. I think it's an eagle. Could be a crow. This is one of those fake wood pieces. So this is made to look like it's been carved out of wood. You can see the size. This was $15, and it actually is got a sticker on the back. So it is a original design by sculptor Carl Rothammer. It's a work of art, is a hand-finished reproduction of an original carving. So they've actually done these before. This happens to be the paper on the back. So in 1979, looks like when this one was ending up being actually manufactured. And it is, I don't know why the number 36 is there. It might have been in an auction at some point. So what would you look at if you saw something like that? Would you thrift that for $15? $12 US, 15 Canadian, or would you throw it? It's actually got, it's really nice sort of look on the thing. It's got it looks like wood. It's just very, very light. That's the interesting. There's the mock-up of the actual logo, I guess, of what was his name again? Carl Rothammer. It's nice to also see something on the back of that too, because a lot of times you don't see anything that helps you with what it is. Let's see, we've got throw. Thrift depending on price, It's $15. Throw.
It's
Thrift
like
from
2-to-1 throw.
Thrift from
It looks like about 2-to-1 throw at this
2-to-1 throw. Yeah. Throw, too expensive for what it is. I like for me, but throw. You might thrift, but 15 is too high. Okay, Jana, you got it. Too much. Heather is thrift, but you'd have to look it up. Throw. Michael is thrift. Not for $15. So it sounds, it's as if it was wood, thrift, but otherwise it's a throw. Lisa's throw. Well, what did I do with this fabulous thing? I threw it. Yep. I actually did have to do a little bit of research on it because I thought, it looks like something that would be really, really good. It's actually can sell for $20 to $30. So, as a couple of people said, if it had been down in the $5 mark, then it probably might have even picked it up. It wasn't that large. And the nice thing about it was it wasn't heavy. It was very, very light. It's like a hollow inside. So it's nicely decorative. And interestingly, you see, even if it was a 2/3, 1/3 thrift to throw, there were people who actually thought, I like this. So they, like Elisa said, hey, paint the eyes blood red and sell it as haunted. Yes, we could do that. Rick wasn't guessing, no. He's not. I told him he's not really permitted to because he can't remember. It looks like a cousin to Billy Bass, except it doesn't sing. Yeah.
What would it do?
So in the same vein, we're going to start with some art. That's sort of the world we're starting with right now. Here you go. Here's something. The hand that feeds all of us.
Oh, look at the baby.
See? Oh, yeah, there's the baby in a hand. And this is another one of those sort of fake wood things. This is, see, I will not forget. I have carved you in the palm of my hand. You are mine. This was $9.99. So this was, as you can see, kind of large. It's actually of a baby in a hand. 1976 is the date on the side there. There was no paperwork on it. Sorry, I'm reading what some people are saying there. Dude, I like this, but still a throw. Oh, hell no. Throw. Talk to the hand because the face ain't listening. Throw. High prices. Oh, that's what sometimes you got to deal with where they are. Throw. Oh, my God. Kendra's a throw. Anne Marie's a throw. Everybody's not on your life creepy. It's haunted. Throw. We got one thrift from Sherry, but everybody else, Brian is throw, Kevin is throw, Susan is throw. Everybody threw except for Sherry.
Michael, you missed Candace. Candace said throw and good evening.
Throw and good evening.
Hi, Candace.
So what would I do with something like that? Would I thrift? Would I talk to the hand? I actually talked to the hand. So why the heck would I talk to this hand? Well, yeah, and this is the price. It was $9.99. I did manage to use a 20% coupon on it, so it actually ended up costing us about $9 Canadian, $7 US maybe. I didn't put the link on this, but this actually sells for $40 to $65 and is regular sales on it. So that was the interesting thing is it actually, I'm going to see, I don't have my phone with me right now, or else I would Carl it myself right here. But yeah, it's interestingly enough, it's not that heavy either. So I thought it's nice. It's in terms, back has actually got a nice carving to it. But you all laughed at Sherry. They're all going to laugh at you. That's what they see. They all laugh at you and I, Sherry. We know something. We know a little something. I don't know what we know, but let's put the creepy hand right up here, right beside Pee Wee Herman. Because I don't know, that's just, and the vampire. We'll put him right up there. So the hand can stare at you for the rest of the show.
Hold on a second.
I could go around and high five people with it, yeah. Wait, I think Rick is trying to look it up. Is that what you're trying to do, Rick?
Yes.
Look at that. Charlton Palm, Faux wood carving, $119. That's what someone's listed it for. Again, that's not a sold, but it was worth a try to look it up that way. You're going to try and look at another one?
Yeah, no, I'm going to go to Worthpoint, or not Worthpoint, Terra Peak.
Okay.
Where are you?
We know just enough to be dangerous.
Then research.
That's inactive, so click on the sold button.
Actually, it's the message said we couldn't find any sold.
Oh, okay.
So it's only the active. So, do you want me to look at Worthpoint?
No, it's okay. Again, I picked it up for $9. What made me stop and look it up? I don't know. I saw the hand and I thought I got to check what this is. And it was actually a week between
Talk to the hand.
It was a week between the two, and I thought, no, that's just it, Sandy. That's right. Listing isn't the same as sold price. I did find sold prices. Rick might find it may be listed under a different name or something like that. But he'll find it if he can. But the glove don't fit. Yeah, too soon. Let's pop on to the next thing. So again, we're in the world of art. So here is more art. This is such a fabulous thing. This is vintage string art. Look at this. This is old school. Look at this thing. This is old school string art. It's like 1970. It just screams 70s. This is done with nails. This is all nails. And then the string is wrapped around the nails. This happens to be obviously an Indian on a horse, Palomino horse. This is usually like a black velvet kind of, or felt in the background. Now, this is large. You can see this is actually by window. This is very large. This is $20.99. So talking about prices, this is a big price. So this is a big horse for $20.99. So I got Tina, put it in the cart now. Thrift. Nice, thrift. And that would stay with Diana. Charmaine is thrift. Michael's thrift. String art, but throw, it is nice. Popular in the 70s. Thrift the string art, okay? Thrift, great images, but you would hate to ship it. Carl is saying almost the same. Thrift, but have to sneak it into the house and give it to a reseller friend in order to sell it for you. Get him back, got it now. Thrift, nice but too big. So Kathy's saying it's too big. Andrew is very cool, but I'm not shipping that. Wow, that is expensive. Yeah, that's just it. They can be expensive for some of the things. And again, remember, if you're in the States, remember there is, like we're talking about, one is almost everything that we thrift at Value Village, we use a 20% off coupon if it's not a senior day. And so take 20% off that. And basically that's almost the net amount that you're paying. So $20 Canadian. With the exchange, if you're buying this, you would have bought this for $15. So a lot of the stuff too, Rick and I have had this conversation a few times. Sure. Oh, Thrift, your friend has a booth. It would do well there. Like it, but throw. Sarah's a throw. Throw for that price. That image is not the best. The one thing that Rick and I have said a lot is, and I've talked to him usually on the phone when I'm doing some of these things, is I actually say to him, what do you think of this? And he might say no. And I literally, my response back to him is what, Rick? That's my normal response back.
Did you look it up?
No. If we were at an
estate sale. Yes.
If we were at an estate sale and we saw this for this price, what would we have done? Because we have a tendency to think differently when we're at estate sales than when we're at thrift stores. So if we saw that at an estate sale for $15, we would probably grab it.
But we've had the discussion. Do we have enough room in our art hoard?
We also, since we
store another painting that size.
We sell on Facebook. We sell on Max Sold. So it's possible to put it on something like that. Elisa said she would actually ship it. And Brian has said, I was going to say throw, but I may be wrong. Well, what did I decide to do? Well, I threw it. Yes, shockingly, I threw it. Now, Doug just went, whoa. It's literally, it was because of a combination of two things. It was so large, I thought Rick would scream at me when I brought it home. And even though it was only going to be $15, like $20 Canadian at the most, I didn't necessarily want to risk that in a max sold because we have to start everything in max sold at $1 and we don't do
Well, the thing I noticed from the pictures that you shared is that the background looked like it would need a bit of cleaning.
Yes.
And depending on what the background is, the cleaning may not be as effective as it would need to be.
Yeah.
You know,
but it was huge.
Yeah, I don't mind the image. I kind of like some
Doug thinks you could have thrifted together. Why aren't you two together shopping? It's the most fun. Bob will say the thing, would you buy it at a thrift store? Well, it's because he doesn't like going to thrift stores that much. He promised me he'd be coming once a week, and he still hasn't kept that promise in months.
I'm a shut-in. I stay in the house a lot.
So I just send him pictures all the time, and we have fights on the text about something. Anne-Marie has a 70 string craft kitten, your profit pile so heavy you had bought it online not knowing the weight. Yeah, but again, they do sell. In fact, if you recall, I think we just showed recently, we sold a gravel art thing for like $75 or $125. I can't even remember what it was, that we bought for $5. So it can be something really interesting.
Yeah, and actually, with the new ground rates, the ground advantage rates, they're actually comparable to or better than the UPS and FedEx rates for certain package sizes and weights. But I would actually relook at the pricing for shipping it.
Actually, Allison, in the Toronto, no, I go garage selling by myself. When we go on garage sale trips, we might be doing one we'll be doing one in May for my birthday, the first week in May. He will go on the garage selling as long as I feed him first with coffee, an extra large coffee, and a croissant sandwich from Dunkin' Donuts. Those are the two things. You always thrift together and you do auctions together, tag team. Well, no, he helps me with everything else, Charmaine. Like Brian, I'm sure helps you with everything too. But there's times when, he just, like today, I did a thrift today because I had to go to the doctor for my doctor's appointment. And I went to the doctor, and then I went and hit 5 thrift stores, and I bought nothing. Zip. Nada.
Except the coffee.
I could not find a thing. Senior's Day, I couldn't even find anything for 30% off. Hey, Hydrant. Estate sales, Heather and Bob split up. We kind of, it depends on the estate sale. We kind of do it a little bit better.
Basement and garage first.
Basement first, then garage, and then we split up in the house. Art. This was, I don't know if you can see this is some strange, I got 2 pictures of it here, this one or this way. This strange kind of, it's like a wire version of string art. It's a cube on a little plastic pedestal. There is a little thing in the middle of it that's floating. I don't know what the heck this is. Like, it reminds me of 70s art that I did when I was in shop class. I had to make something.
Reminds me of rollerblading.
And rollerblading, yeah. And what the color Ken was wearing in the Barbie movie. So this was $11.99. And it was a wire cubist. You can see you can see the different shots of it there. That's a cubist kind of thing. So it was $11.99. So what would you do with something like that? It kind of looks a little bit like Escher. I'm not sure. Okay, Heather goes, yeah, Greg, 5 stores and nothing. I know. That's just the surprise for me. The 5 stores and nothing. Oh, Allison says she has to get her husband an Egg McMuffin on Gross Similes. Oh, some church sales have tea and food. I'm too busy with shopping to sit around for tea.
For me, some of the old ladies that are making the food are just a little too sketchy.
Yeah, some of that church bazaar food just looks sketchy. I think the most I don't want to try any of their mincemeat tarts. Throw. Love it. What is it? I have no idea. Throw. Nope. Throw.
Muffin Enterprise.
Throw.
Pussies into pie.
Oops is giving us a thrift. Joined us late and gives us a thrift. Donna says, I would say throw, but watch it. Might be something amazing. Throw. Michael's a thrift. Oh, that's interesting. Kevin's a throw. It may come back like a boomerang. Boy, high prices. Throw. You think $11.99 is a high price? Pyrex butterproof for $5. Thanks. Throw. Well, this is like 99% throw. I think on this, you wouldn't even look at it, Charmaine. Well, throw. Oh my God, this is such a huge. I got, I think, 3 thrifts, so this is like 90% throw and 30% or 10% thrift. And what did I do with it? Well, I picked it up. It was so funky looking. I could not pass this up. Now, I don't know if I'm keeping this for me because it's so cubist and 70 and Escher and everything along those lines.
It's really quite intriguing to look at.
I couldn't find it when I did a lookup for it. But you know what? Rick did. He actually found it on a website. The 3D Radiant Cube decor sculpture from a company called Breyer's Home Furnishings, and it sells for $155 brand new. And the interesting thing about it is that somebody took it
and added the yellow piece.
And added the little yellow piece to the inside of it. So
I think this could have been like somebody at a home show. This might be a logo for whatever booth they were in.
Yeah, we couldn't figure
we're going to take that out.
Yeah, we'll probably cut that out. Yeah, that one has a base and no yellow thing. Yeah. It can pass for art retro home decor. It's not. I mean, you could call it modern wire junk, I guess, if you wanted to. Sandy still nope. Is that U.S. or Canadian dollars? I do not know.
No, this is Canadian.
It's a Canadian website. So
Canadian website.
It's just bizarre. But yeah, again, so the nice thing is that sometimes what we've done is this as well. Yeah, we have the bases on ours has got a clear plastic base as well to ours. So you can barely see it in the image, but there is the clear plastic base down at the bottom there. So the nice thing about it though is, and this is something that we've done a couple of times on YouTube, or you can put a YouTube or a web link to anything now if you're holding a max sold sale and you have something that's like it. So what we could do is we could put that into a max sold and start it at $1. I think it would easily go for probably, I'm guessing, Rick, based on what we've seen stuff like this go
40 or 50.
At least 40 or 50. It could go even higher if people can't find it. They might think that it's something else. I just saw a folk art craft thing. So it was like this little shelf that was on a sale that I was watching that was at $20 when the sale went live. It went for $675. And I'm like, I have no idea why. There was nothing I could research that was along the same lines. You want to pop in and see if Doug needs to go out?
Yeah, I was just going to say I'm going to go let him out.
So we did art, and now we're still in the world of art. Take a look at this. What do you call this? Art. Well, boobies. Boobies. I saw this, and I was like, it was, you can see where my foot is. It's down. This is like this strange, like nude art piece. And I didn't recognize it. It was, here's a better price maybe for you. For some of you, was $5.99. Lucite sounds better than plastic because it does sound a lot better than plastic. It looks like an IKEA napkin. Yes. So yeah, he's letting the Doug out. Lisa would thrift that. So again, this was, there we go. It just, again, I just saw this down on the ground and look, it's about a good sort of, Michael, you're right. It kind of looks a little bit like the woman from The Shining in the bathtub. Dear God, no. Thrift it. Giggles. Hungover morning. Buy at that price. I got to get the boobies out of that picture. Is it heavy? It wasn't that heavy. It was kind of light. Thrift. It's a light kind of plaster. And I'll give you another hint as to something about it is it's newer. Because, and I sort of glossed over this on this, but this was on the back of it. ancientexcavation.com. That was on the back of it. This stamp was on the back of it. So you can see how big it is compared to my hand. It's like 16 inches or something like that. Thrift them boobies. I don't know art, but naked sells at that price. Thrift. Calgon, take me away. Charmaine's on the fence. I wonder if Brian's on the fence. Don't answer that, Brian. Thrift. Oh, Brian said thrift. So, what did I do with the naked lady? Oh, naked lady. I had to pick this up. Now, here's one of the things I told you. Sometimes we pick stuff up without looking it up. This is exactly what this was. So it's not like light. There's the backing on it, so you can actually hang it like that if you want. You can lie it down so it actually sits like that. Now, here's what I ended up doing when I got home was I decided this would have been smart maybe, but for $5.99, I didn't even really think about it. I decided I was going to look up ancientexcavation.com and see what the heck is ancientexcavation.com. Well, ancientexcavation.com is literally a website for a company that is like 20 minutes away from my house. And they do fake plaster stuff. So here's all the different kinds of things that they do. Zodiac signs. There's their nudes section. So there's now. Oh, that's rude. There's some nudes. $7.50. Oh my God! Like, look at all these expensive prices. But then at the end of the day, I roll all the way down, and there she is, $55. That's her. She's only $55 from this site. So again, what I will probably do with her is I won't keep her. Even though for some godforsaken reason, Rick decides half the time he keeps buying boobies. There's so many boobies in this house for a house that does not do boobies. There's so many boobies. And he's like, if it's crazy looking, we got wood boobies, we got plaster boobies, we got this nude lady boobie. Well, I don't want this lady boobie sitting around. So lady boobie is going to be going in our max sold, and we'll see what ends up happening once we put her in the max sold, because she ain't staying in this house, that's for sure. Now, there is art, but then besides art, there's also the art of the movie. So this is the art of the movie. Dun, 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 dun. Look what I spotted. Look at that down there. Look at that. It's a Scream mask. Dun, 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 dun. Just came out. This rolled out on this tray. Rolled out on this top saying boobies. And that was a Scream mask. So I found this when we were thrifting. And here's the picture. Wait, I gotta go to this. So here it is. It was actually $3.99. I got this in the States, actually. It is from Fun World, from 1997 Fun World. There's the Fun World logo down in that corner. It is still completely in its package. Like it has not been out of its package. The package is actually sealed, and it has blood that flows and oozes over the face, something that people always want to have happen. And there it is. There's me with my ghost face on. I can add backwards back in. So this is me wearing the ghost face. La sangria flue amana la cara. Por favor, donando por Las Vegas. I don't remember. That's something they say like that. That's what would you do with something like this? Thrift. No more thrift. Real ones are expensive. This is a real one. Start the car. Thrift at that price. Thrift. The year 1997. Hydrants Thrift, Sherry Thrift. Everybody's thrifting on this. Is it original? If so, they are worth a lot of cha-ching. Repro? Then no. It is a 1997 one. So it looks like everybody I got a horseshoe. Everybody is saying yes, thrift this. Yeah, they are doing Scream 7, I think, now. And what did I do with this? Well, I obviously, for the price that I showed you there of $3.99, I had to thrift this. There it is. Now, this is what some of you people said in here, and this is what I want you to keep an eye open for. So this is the ghost face. There it is, still sealed, everything inside. Now, the couple of things you need to look for. People made the comment on this. This is a be on the lookout for no matter what. So the down in the bottom corner there is 1997 and Fun World. Now, the reason I'm going to pop onto a different screen, I'm going to show you. This is what they sell for if you're looking for real ones. So this is the bleeding ghost face mask. I'm going to make this bigger. So this is actually sold on eBay. Now, the bleeding ghost face, unfortunately, isn't the big one. You can see there, $70, $35, $30, $29. So it's not the best available. And there's a redone 2010 one for $200. But if I take out bleeding and I put in Fun World, and this is why I want you to watch for these when Halloween comes up, and you look in to see the actual name that's on inside it. Take a look at this. Yes, this is it. If you can find this with this kind of fearsome faces top on it, you could be making big money. Look at this. This one sold. Oh, that's not sold. Go back one. There it is. Fantastic faces, $1,900, $950. Now, all of these, again, they have a cloth shroud to them. $700, 56 bids. Generation 1 Fun World. So, again, this is what I just want you to keep your eyes open for these because they can turn up really easy. And there's the little sort of cloth side of them. That's the inside. I'm going to see if he's got, there it says right on there, Fun World division on that. And they don't even have a label inside. So it can be a great find if you're looking for something like that. So keep that in mind for a great find. Now we're getting out of the artwork and we're getting into games. So let's take a look at a game. What would you do with this game? This is the popular game of Tough-A-Bet. It's a game of words. Tough-A-Bet. It's the alphabet game. It's the toughest alphabet game that there is. I don't know about that. It is an Avalon Hill bookcase game. And this was $3.99. It was actually in the exact same store that we actually saw the that I got the Scream face mask in. So Tough-A-Bet. So Carl is immediately going throw. Lisa's going thrift. Candace is thrift. Donna is throw. Oh, Kevin is throw. Sherry is thrift. Oh, we're like right back and forth. Bookcase games are big money. They can be very true. Thrift, throw. I hate shipping games. It's not like thrift it or ship it. It's like thrift it or throw it. Throw. So we're like a 50-50 split on this one for this game I have never heard of before, Tough-A-Bet. Heather says, I would buy it thrift. I would buy a bookcase game. Hydran is throw. Elisa is throw. Charmaine is throw. It's interesting. Charmaine and Brian are thrift and throw. So you guys thrift together? I'm assuming you're both together, so it'll be fun thrifting with you too. Because you're like on both sides of things. Never heard of it. Wouldn't think to get it. Throw. Not worth it unless if there are parts missing. Well, what did we decide to do? We decided to... Well, Rick decided to thrift it.
Yeah, I opened it up. And everything's still inside.
I've got a picture of it, Rick.
Yeah, but
this is actually our listing right now. So there's the listing.
But if you look at this, I don't think it's ever been out of the box. It has all of the pieces inside, and the interior is mint. So I figured for the price, it was worth looking at or trying to list.
Yeah, and so again, because it was only $3.99, it wasn't too big of a deal for us. It wasn't a deal breaker. And again, what we did was we've actually listed it right now. About 2 weeks ago, we listed it for $34.99. So we're not going to make big money on it, but it wasn't a big risk either at the $3.99. But again, the reason I actually put this in here, and Lisa, I think made a good point on it. The one thing you really want to keep your eyes open for is Avalon Hill games. If you ever see any Avalon Hill games, and especially if you can, because there's tons of different bookcase games that are out there. So if you go into Avalon Hill bookcase games right now, there's 980 of them listed live in eBay right now. And if we go to solds, this is the past 90 days of solds, almost 350 sold. If we go to highest first, again, this is the past 90 days. Look at some of these guys. Dune, $279. 4 bookcase games, and we see these a lot of times where you see a set of these. 4 vintage games, $350. Gunslinger, $119. Panzerblitz, we've sold this one, $199. Witchcraft, $179. So take a look at. I just don't want you passing by something you may not notice in there. Again, what they are is they're games that are usually, they stand up on the end of them. So I'll go back to the picture. You see that that's how they look in a store. They stand up like this, and they're called bookcase games. So keep your eyes open for Avalon Hill bookcase games. So yeah, the issue is counting all the pieces that look the same. Some of the Avalon Hill games, I admit, we sell them and we have not counted the pieces in them. Hey, Cameron, welcome.
Yeah, we actually got a couple of Avalon Hill games where the cards hadn't been punched out yet.
Yeah.
So those sold really high, as I recall.
So next I'm going to pop into another thing that we looked at, which was I found this, which I thought was like, I went, what is this? In a store. At the bottom of a shelf. Avatar, Top Gun, Maverick, and Thor Coke cups, cinema cups. So this is, I think I gotta find it. Where'd they go? This is what we're talking about. This is literally like the plastic cups that were used as movie promotion pieces at the thing. So what would you, movie cup? Yeah. Movie cup giveaways, theater giveaways, always throw. Definitely thrift. Always throw. Definitely thrift. Thrift. We got a thrift and a thrift, and we got another thrift. Now, I will tell you that with this thing, it was 25 cups that you would get there. And that 25 cups, if you can see in this, I'm not sure if I can get it back in there. The 25 cups in here that were each one of the way they had sort of done them, the 25 cups, see if I can get it to pause right there. 25 cups for $2.99 for 25 cups. So basically 10 cents a cup. Too new for you. Throw, toss, thrift. Maybe the Avatar cups because there's an Avatar 3. Almost a dime each. Cannot beat that. Thrift. So I think we're kind of sitting on this one closer to like a 50-50 on this. Well, I tell you, there's my cart. And there's more in my cart. And I got my cups. So I ended up buying 8 or 9 stacks of 25 cups each. So 200 to 250 cups, something like that. And these are what they were. So it was Avatar, Top Gun Maverick, and Thor. Most of the ones I bought were Avatar and Top Gun Maverick, mainly because this is a horrible Thor movie. This is Love and Thunder. Horrible Thor movie. It's really bad. And we listed them about 3 weeks ago. I picked almost every single one up that was in the bottom of that rack. Almost everyone. The one I didn't pick up was one that was mostly Thor, but the rest of them are all in there. And I tell you what, we've actually listed them, and we sold a set of 4 for $15 plus shipping of the Top Gun cups. So yeah, we're bundling in with lots of 4. Other people we were finding were actually trying to sell these for $7 and $9, and actually successfully selling them for $7 for a single cup or $9 for a single cup. And so again, I spent $3 times 9. That's $27. I used it. This was a senior day. I got 30% off the cups. That was $20 Canadian for 250 cups. I sold one set of cups for $20 Canadian. One set of 4. And have 200 cups left. So again, now the thing is, a couple of people there said it was about a 50-50 thing. A lot of people think movie promos are bad. They aren't necessarily bad, actually. In fact, if you're in our craft group, you'll see just recently Stephanie Emma, who does a lot of funky stuff and does it really great with Japanese things like kawaii. She actually just posted that she picked up I think it was a Groot.
No, it was Deadpool.
Oh, Deadpool. She picked up a Deadpool popcorn bucket from the Deadpool movie for $3 out of Value Village and flipped it for like $45 or $50, like in no time. So especially for popcorn buckets and some of these, we also, when we go to movies, we pick up freebies. We picked up freebie posters when we went to the premiere of like Star Wars and Terminator and all these things.
Yeah, the Rogue One poster we did really well with.
We grabbed a stack of 100 of them as we left the theater.
We went on the Thursday night.
Like
sometimes the movies premiere on Thursday night instead of the Friday when it says it's opening.
Yeah.
There was a stack of like 300 posters, and we walked off with maybe 200 of them.
And we sold, in the first week, we probably sold 50 to 60 of them at $10 a piece. They were free.
Plus $4 shipping, and
plus $4
shipped in tubes. And
I don't know what the Deadpool one is. I'd have to look it up on the craft group. But yeah, it's also great for theme parties, things like that. Holly, that's a really good point. Somebody could do a Top Gun party now, and they can buy a bunch of these. They could put offers on them, things like that. You would get annoyed with the bulk. It is a bulky thing. I've got a box that used to hold bubble wrap, and all 200 are sitting in there right now, and it's stored away in my storage locker. So I don't have to look at it. I don't have to think about it. Thank you. That's one of the things that we like to try and do, is give people some tips that'll help them go, yeah, I never thought about doing something like that. I never thought about that at all. So next we're going to go into a different section, because if you're in our group, you know that we always do challenges. In April, our challenges in April, our challenges in March were all about sheets and linens and things like that. Why is Doug so barky tonight?
I don't know.
Can you maybe bring him down the stairs with you with a cookie?
I tried, and he went running right back up.
Oh,
I'll do it again.
If you hold liver bits, he'll follow you. Tribute magazine sell too, yeah. So in the craft group we did it last month was like linens. This month is supper time. Supper time. So supper time, I'm calling that because basically I'm saying it's time for you to look at dishes and things that you probably never thought about. You've seen us talk about them a little bit before, but I thought it's a perfect place for us to do a Thrift It or Throw It and show you some here right now that we looked at thrifting and throwing. This is all stuff that we looked at Thrift It or Throw It over the past sort of 3 or 4 weeks. So first thing I want you to do is when you're looking, and I said this in my video, color. Look up, see if you can find something that, hey, Andrew, that's a good point. Cineplex figures too. Yeah, anything that's movie related, even if the movie's over. Keep an eye out for something that jumps out at you. In this case, this is what jumped out at me. It's it's not a frog, but it kind of looks like a frog. It's a lizard. And this is a set. The thing I also like about them is a set of 2 plates. $5.99 for the set of 2 of this chameleon going after a fly. It's by somebody I've never heard of before, which is Lou Rota, Nature Table. So if you saw something like this in the store, would you pick up for 2 plates for $3 a piece? Would you actually go and see? Hulk smash. I wouldn't smash these, but would you? I don't want to get in trouble. But if you saw something like this in the store, would you thrift this or would you throw it? Plates with an iguana on it. It could be Urban Outfitters. It didn't say that on the back. Donna says thrift. Here's your dog barking. Sherry says thrift. Again, so I direct my eye to things that are like, okay, that's different looking. It's not a plain. So if you look at the picture beforehand, you can see some of the things that are down here. These are more plain. I still might look at something like the fettuccine thing. I might look at, but I'm not going to spend my time looking at that. Thrift it. Oh, Andrew wouldn't even look at that one. Thrift. Weird cells, thrift, strange cells. Yeah, everybody's strange cells. Thrift. This is like a 90% thrift of this. Again, and this is why I always tell you got to think about, do a little research, take a chance or something like that. So again, I've never heard of Nature Table by Lou Rota. And this is where it really helps. Because what did I do? Well, I thrifted them. So this is them. I'm going to put 2 right here. I don't know if Rick's back or not. Oh, he's back. This is them. This is them here. And it's a set of 2. Now, I made sure that there's nothing wrong with them. There's no chips or anything on them. Here's some cute things about them. One, it actually has on the back of it, it actually goes, where is it there? There's actually a little bug crawling along the back of it, which is a little creepy because it's the same bug that's on the front there. But I did check and see there's no chips or anything to these at all. And again, who knows that name? I've never heard of Nature Table, and I've never heard of Lou Rota before. And it says made in China. So again, a lot of times you might think just because it's made in China or it's a name you don't know anything about, it's time for you to pass on them. Well, take a look at this. This is actually the price for 1 dish. This is sold. This sold 1 of those dishes for $36. So it's a good idea to try and look up things like that, because I would go, huh? Elisa says they are from Anthropology, but $20 each. They're on their website. Well, somebody sold 1 of them for $36 on eBay. Yeah, I want bugs. I know it's not really. I don't want bugs on my plate either. Yeah, I'll market them as Night of the Iguana plates. But again, there's more than 1 of these that has sold. I didn't put the proper link in there. There's more than 1 of those that's actually been sold from the Lou Rota collection. And if you actually look up Lou Rota Nature's Table, these are all Rota. There's another one that's $26. There's other Lou Rotas in here, $76 they took. I mean, again, it's a name I would never heard of before. If I just do Lou Rota plate.
Yeah, if you go into Terapeak for 3 years.
I can't see anything on there. So, but again, I looked up the one, I found it.
I'm looking at Terapeak on my computer, and there were 1,611 sold in the past 3 years.
Of Lou Rota plates?
Of Lou Rota plates. Average selling price, $47.10.
So a name you probably didn't even think of. Oh, did I spell it wrong? Okay. But keep an eye out on those. And again, so we're talking dishes. We're talking supper time. It's dish time. So what would you do if you saw something like this? This was a set here of 6 plates for $12.99. So I've got an image of them on their own. If I can get to this picture. So this is the plates themselves. Set of 6 for $12.99. Now, here is what. Oh, did I spell it Rata? Okay, sorry. here is what a lot of people look at these, and immediately the thought came to me that, oh my God, these are Mackenzie Child plates. Now, if you've never heard of Mackenzie Child, do you see this literally, this little black and white checkerboard pattern? Well, this is Mackenzie Child's. This is what they're famous for, is checkerboard, this checkerboard pattern. But you will not believe how much the Mackenzie Child stuff sells for. This was not Mackenzie Child. This was Amber Rose by Ambience. But I actually thought it was Mackenzie Child. You would stop and Google Lens for sure. Oh, Andrew actually sold a set of 4 plates, did not particularly enjoy packing them. Yeah, well, I don't mind packing them if I spent $3 or $5 on them and I get 50 days.
I'm the one packing them.
Rick actually packs them. That's true.
Actually, as long as it's all one size plate or dish, it's relatively simple to pack. I use the wrap it in paper, a single layer of bubble wrap, a piece of cardboard between each layer, and then sandwich cardboard around them. I tape that cardboard up and then put more bubble wrap and then in the box. So those things are not going to move.
So we did not actually pick those up, but we did pick up these. And the reason we didn't pick those up was because it was actually, it was a little rough to the edge marks.
There were utensil marks.
But we did pick up these, which you think, okay, this is a set of 7 Amber Rose bowls, dessert bowls, that we picked up for $7.99 less 20%. And
you spelled it desert.
I did. I spelled it desert bowl.
Desert bowl.
Yes, Lisa did. Bolin did point out that I did sell desert bowls. And we sold them for $39.95 a pair. So $120 US for these. All 3 were bought by one person. All 6 were bought by one person. And they went off and they sold in less than 24 hours. So we probably underpriced those. We did have one bowl left, actually, because there was a chip in the one bowl.
Yeah, this is...
So that's the exact same pattern, same thing. It looks like Mackenzie Child's, but it's not. But if you see the black and white checkerboards anywhere, grab them, throw them in your cart, and then figure out what the heck is it.
Definitely looking it up.
Yeah,
they're worth looking it up.
I'm going to show you a couple of others here that are. I'm going to sort of go through the thrifted side and go. We did thrift these just because we're running a little longer on time. Again, looking for something that grabs your eye. Take a look at this. This is what I spotted on a shelf in the middle of the thing. I see this and I go, what the heck is that? Crow plate. I don't know what the crow plate is. The Victorian English Pottery Collection by Edward Challinor. No clue at all. Again, time to look that one up. The crow plate. If you look on here, this is on Worthpoint because I could look this up. Edward Challinor, single plates. $35. This was sold. This is last fall. A single plate, $50. A single plate, $42. 2 plates for $40. 4 plates for $25, but they're the smaller plates. So we ended up getting those because I was not going to pass up these. 4 plates. A set of 4 of these. Here they are. Big plates. A set of 4 of these. For $4.99. So we've actually cleaned them up and we're just about to list these, and we'll be listing them as probably in pairs.
Yeah, one of the plates does have a tiny blemish in the branch under the crow's foot. So if we sell them individually, then we'll sell 3. If we sell them as pairs, we'll sell 1 pair at a higher price than the other.
But even that, we could put them all 4 with a small flaw, put them at $99, and we're still going to be way over. We're going to make $75, $85. They're not going to stick around a long time, especially if they've been selling for this kind of money. We could put all 4 of them for $100 and probably flip them really, really, really fast. Never ball pass them up. Yeah. I'm almost convincing Carl to look at plates. Okay, how about something that is not even heavy? Take a look at this. This is a set of 4 plates. These are melamine plates. So these are light plastic plates. Now, set of 4 for $3.99. Now, you would look at something like this and probably go, well, it's plastic. And who the heck is lookcadeau.com? It's not even old. It's got a .com on it. It can't be worth anything. It's light plastic. It's melamine. Why would anybody want to have anything along those lines? Well, take a look at this. There are 114 solds for Le Cadeau melamine.
And that's in the last 90 days.
In the last 90 days. Blue Rooster set of 14, $130. Le Cadeau Tangerine 11-inch dinnerware plate, $120. Melamine.
There's 4 plates.
9 plates, $125. Lot of 8, $84. Lot of 4, Le Cadeau Madrid, $70. We're talking melamine plates. Melamine plate. These won't break when you send them to somebody. So, you know what? We got this one set of 4 for $4.99. And right underneath it was this set of 4 for $4.99. So we ended up paying, $3.99, is it? $3.99, $4. $5 Canadian, $4 US for 2 sets. And both of these sets will probably net us $100 in profit for melamine plates. Again, I looked at them and I just thought, pattern. The pattern is like, I got to see that. What's that pattern? And, Sherry says she's been passing them up. And I looked this up and I thought, I don't understand. But and again, that's 113 sales in 90 days. I don't even want to think how many there might be sold. And yeah, a lot of people say you would not look at these. So don't pass up melamine. And remember, I don't know if anybody remembers, but before Christmas, we found us 2 4-piece sets of melamine Christmas plates and sold them for $95 a set in less than 24 hours. And we bought them for $4 for the set of 8.
Yep.
For plastic plates. Last one I'm going to show you is this weird one. And you may not think about getting something like this. Melamine is the new fine china. Actually, I'm going to agree. I'm going to completely agree, Hybrid, that it is the new fine china to me because it's fine if I can find that plastic china and sell it for that much money. This is what I'm always talking about. If you see something and you go, wait a second, take a look at this. This video is shows you exactly what I'm always talking about. Walking down the aisle. What the hell is that? What the heck is that? It's a black mascara crying Royal Dalton Jackie Onassis? What is that? So again, I wouldn't walk by plates. Carl, if you saw that, would you grab it? And then I flipped it over, and it's Royal Dalton, and it's called Royal Dalton Pure Evil. This is the plates. Now, some people may have passed them up immediately because they were $7.99 each plate. So this is the set of 4. So there is that Pure Evil Jackie O. Pure Evil, I don't know. This kind of looks like that
Slender Man
kind of thing. And again, you can see this is on the back of them. Pure Evil. This one doesn't have a specific. This says East End Tagger on the name of that one. The Jackie O one is actually called JFK's Nightmare. That's actually what that one is called. I think there's a Maryland version of this as well. This is a butterfly, but what you don't notice is the butterfly has Pure Evil in its name. See, if you look that way, see Pure Evil in the butterfly. This one is called Neon Butterfly. And then this last one, which is also freaky, is Bunny Fingers. Now, these were $7.99 each. And I had all 4. As soon as I saw the Jackie O one, I thought, I cannot pass this by just for the sake of being able to go, I have this and bring it home and have Rick look at me. But I had to pick these up because of this one. I ended up thinking, you know what? I am going to look at these and try and figure them out. And I went to the place that I really thought I didn't want to look at eBay for 90 days because I wasn't even sure whether these would be any good if I looked at eBay for 90 days. But I did what I needed to do, which is look on my phone using the app for Worthpoint, the Worthpoint app, which we'll talk more about next week in our show. And take a look at this. There are, in the past, this is like 10 plus years, there are only 46 sold plates that say Pure Evil Royal Dalton on them. It's not a lot, but they can go for $150. There is a limited double exposure one that's in its box for $125. There is a strange Marlena, Pure Evil Marlena Dietrich Marilyn Monroe. There is Bunny. There's the Evil Bunny, $69.99. So there's like 46 of these in here. There's another one that looks like somebody peeing on the street. I don't see any other, and I could, and this is just putting Pure Evil Royal. There we go. I don't even see the Jackie
There is
O
the
one.
set of 4, Craigie. On Worthpoint, March 18th, 2016, the set of 4 sold for $90.
So, but I think this, again, I think this one I did find somewhere else as well. But again, I did it because this was something I thought you would not think about paying. Most of you would not think $8 for one plate. I thought about it. You know what? I'm going to risk $8 for one plate because I am pretty sure that I'll be able to flip them for at least $50 a piece. I'm probably going to auction them off at $50 each and see where they go from there. So
yeah, the sold set of 4 on Worthpoint is from 2016.
Yeah,
and they
quite
sold
a while
for
ago.
90. So
yeah. So and again, I had it in there under Pure Evil Royal Dalton plate. There's probably a way to look it up that has less words in it, so that it would not because whenever you put in a search, we always talk about this. If you put in a search, it's looking for specifically what you put in that search. So if you actually don't use all those words, you may get a different thing. So if I look up just Pure Evil Royal Dalton and I put that into my search here, I take the word plate off, I go from 46 to 98 matches. So look at that. And some of these things, I was asking me to sign in again for some reason. Bunnies, all sorts of different things. 98 results there. So again, it's the kind of thing I want you to keep your eyes open for, looking for things that you might not have thought, but walk down that plate aisle, Carl and everybody else, walk down that plate aisle, lift it up if it's melamine and it's got a really funky pattern, take a look at it and say, maybe I should take a look at this. I got it. I can't pass it up. Here's another set. I didn't thrift or throw these. I didn't get a picture of them before, but I saw this set and I thought this is really cute. It still had the original stickers on it. This is also a Royal Dalton set called Japonica. And it is a cute little Noah's Ark with a matching plate. And I paid $5.99 for the 2 plates, and I paid $3.99 for the 2 of these, and they still actually have their stickers on, so they've never been washed. So again, so I paid $8 for a set of those. So look at dinnerware. I want to see people who've never tried dinnerware just sometime in the month of April. Thank you so much for joining us here on our Two Dogs Dig show. Next week, we will be back with a show specifically talking about reselling tips and tricks. We're going to talk to you about a little bit more about crossless magic. We're going to talk to you a bit about ways you probably aren't using Worthpoint that you could, because there is some really good stuff about Worthpoint that you hadn't thought about before. We're going to talk to you about some other tips and tricks that we find in different places as well, and hopefully find more ways for you to make a little bit more money. We even may cover something on max sold and whatnot if people ask us to and they want something like that. So thank you for showing up for us today, and thank you for showing up for us all the time. There's downstairs. Thank you again, Rick, for being part of our show, helping me with packing all the plates that we're hoping to sell and blurring out the boobies from that other thing that I didn't realize that we were getting into an X-rated show.
No, it wasn't boobies. It was something else.
I know it was something else. I saw the something else and I was like, oh my God. I did not expect to show that to people. I really didn't. Bye, everyone. We'll see you again soon. Take a look at us don't forget to watch us on Whatnot. If you go to Whatnot, find us there. Come and visit us at one of our shows. We got shows coming up this Wednesday at 8 and Sunday night. Well, we're out of here. Boobies!